Hey there, Roger Moore started his career here and The Omen was filmed here. I am in Guildford, Surrey. Good morning everyone, we are in Guildford, Surrey and the shops have just opened today for non-essential shopping. And we are looking at a formal Archbishop of Canterbury, George Abbot. So we're going to walk down the high street. Today is the 15th of June. As I said, shops have just been allowed to reopen for non-essential shopping. So we thought we'd come and see who's out and about. And where better than Guildford High Street, which has got this beautiful cobbled high street. Some absolutely lovely buildings. And I should point out I'm not an expert in all of them. Dates from Saxon times. Because it's at a very fortuitous crossing point, is Guildford, where the Harrow Way in ancient times crossed the River Wey, and the River Wey being with a W-E-Y. So the Harrow Way, W-A-Y, crossed the River Wey, W-E-Y. It was on the Pilgrims' Way as well. And it's sort of first associated with the Saxon settlers after the Romans left Britain. So you can see we've got some queues for Sainsbury's. They were open anyway. I can see we've got a clothes shop open here. So Guildford is about 27 miles southwest of London. This is on the A3 trunk road, the main A3 road, which you may remember from previous videos, goes from London Bridge down to Portsmouth. It's also on the main train line from Waterloo. Pretty frequent train service. I'm not quite sure how long it is to sort of take a train, because I usually get off at Surbiton. Please use Tunsgate. So there's a cute little place called Milkhouse Gate Shops. But for social distancing, we're not going through there today. This building here, this used to be a gun shop years ago. And you've got some beautiful sort of 18th, 19th century buildings. You can see just at the top, I don't know if you can see through the window, you've got a painted ceiling. And actually through the back of here, the old gun shop owner had a fantastic garden. I think there was even a swimming pool through the back of here. Plants, shrubberies, paths, benches, all sorts of things, just off the high street. Now we're looking at Hobbs here, and if you see there's a nice little blue plate, and it tells us that's the birthplace of English painter John Russell. Can't remember his style of painting, but he was 1745 to 1806, and now they've called it Russell House. And that's what's great about Guildford High Street. Get these beautiful, I think they're called set, S-E-T-T, frontages. Now we've got a nice little, I think this is called Tunsgate through here. We might come back through there later, depending on where the walk takes us. Beautiful old clock, telling us it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Guildford is actually one of the most expensive places to buy property in the UK outside of London. And there's some debate, is Guildford the county town of Surrey? But Surrey is administered from Kingston, although the offices are moving to Woking. It's very complicated. So you can see some shops got queues outside, 3. Ted Baker not open. Telling us it's 11 o'clock, thank you. So we've got Tunsgate Quarter through there. As I said, we may end up popping in that direction depending on where the walk takes us. The name Guildford, it's a bit of debate. Is it based on the word gelt for gold? People say, well, there's no gold around here. Golden flowers on the edge of the river, maybe. Other people say it takes its name from the word guild, as in meeting of tradesmen, group of, yes, meeting of tradesmen or merchants, that type of thing. There's definitely a ford because it crossed the river. It was a great strategic spot because you could see for miles around. Now I'm going to show you the Angel Hotel. Dates back to the Middle Ages, and famous story of Roger Moore, aka James Bond, staying here and being bothered by a ghost for about 2 nights in a row. Got quite scared, I think. It's a lovely little spot through here. It's an old coaching inn dating back to the Middle Ages. It's actually its 13th. In the 1300s, the Undercroft was here, which is a sort of wooden vaulted building where you can actually have dining, banquets, things like that. I really love this spot through here. And you can't smell it, but you can smell coffee. Lovely smell of coffee. Coffee culture. Can't see any prices for you at the moment. Yes, so the Undercroft of the hotel would have been probably originally a merchant shop selling wine, expensive clothes, silks, that type of thing. Sort of associated with the export trade, and usually quite wealthy merchants would have run them. So people would say this means that Guildford was doing very well in the Middle Ages. Talking of James Bond, he actually had one of his first ever acting jobs in Guildford for the Automobile Association, the AA. And in fact, for that filming, he had to dress as an AA patrolman. And apparently he got asked directions by some women. He said, I have no idea. Although he was fairly much a regular around Guildford. Right, more modern part of town now. Down towards the station. Swan Lane. So you can see, what have we got here? Sort of watches, jewellery, things like that in there. This coffee shop doesn't look open. Paper Chase is open. Is that a Lamborghini I see? Noisily going down the road. Which way to go? Go this way. M&S open. Guildford is also associated with the first ever mention of cricket. So a coroner in a 16th century court case from 1597 shows a coroner mentioning a certain plot of land that was used by local boys to play the sport of cricket. So first official mention of cricket ever was in Guildford. Claim to fame. So there's the Friary Shopping Centre.
It'll all be open throughout the week, yeah. Right, guys.
So, the Friary Shopping Centre, I mean, it's not new, but a more recent development, I suppose. Let's see how it's all looking through here. Top man, top shop. Head through here now. There's a great Greek coffee shop in here. Just take a look up the hill for you. I see TK Maxx had a big queue outside. There was coverage on the news this morning that Primark had big queues before 8 a.m. and they even covered a shopping car park opening. A lot of eating places around here. As I said, an amazing Greek coffee shop actually, where they do really good something called bougatsa. I ate quite a lot last time I was in there. Crushed ice milkshakes. So mango milkshake £3.90, mixed berries £3.90. Here's the Greek coffee shop, and it's closed at the moment. I expect it's quite hard to do social distancing because it's tiny. And there's a view back up the high street. We've kind of done the circuit now. I just want to pop over here a moment. So why did I just cross over here? Apart from to give you another view up and down the high street. Just taking you to the bridge. So here we got a nice little sign. This is the town bridge. Stands on the site of the ancient ford from which Guildford takes its name. And Saxon migrants founded the town in about AD 500, settling beside the Golden Ford, which was the traditional interpretation of where the word guild came from. Just going to pop over here before we head back up the high street. There we are, view along the river. And there's a riverside walk as well that can take you over there. See, they've got a place, that's a pub called the George Abbot over there, after the Guildfordian Archbishop of Canterbury from the 16th century. And then we have the train station over there in that direction for those who want to take the train. Guildford is actually home to an early English Royal Mint. So we actually made money here in 978, long time ago. was also the home of Dennis Cars, which had the first purpose-built car factory in the country, just along here actually. And I think you may know the word Dennis. I think it's fire engines that you would particularly know them from. But they did car production here from around 1901 in a 30,000 square foot 3-storey plus basement building in the Rodsborough building opposite McDonald's. We're going to head to the castle in a sec. Let's cross back. So it's pretty humid today. I think it's supposed to get up to about 23 degrees. You can see some clouds piling up in the distance. We have had some storms, particularly one when dedicated helper and I went to the park a few evenings ago, and out of a clear blue sky a massive storm erupted. Thunder, lightning, the lot. We did actually end up trying to jog home because we weren't that over the moon about thunder and lightning crashing on around us. But I got a bit tired of the jogging, so I said to dedicated helper, "You jog, save yourself." He offered me his arm to drag me.
She said no.
Up the road. I said no. Sorry, no, mate. So whether we'll get some more storms today, I don't know. Trying to talk over that busker. I have been asked why do we walkers mute music. It's because we don't want to get a copyright claim. That's why. You can actually put your channel in bad standing and all sorts of penalties on you if your channel goes into bad standing, and none of us want that. So I'm coming down here a little bit. So some very cute little cottages here, but we're not particularly going there. Just took a little detour. Now we're going to head to the castle. So Guildford Castle was built shortly after the Norman conquest of 1066. Let's go and have a look and see what he did. That William the Conqueror. Just go over here. It says it's 5 to 10 on there. That'd be the wrong time. We know that because the bells were dinging 11 o'clock a little while ago. These clouds are piling up. I actually secretly do like a thunderstorm, just not when I'm in the park. So if we'd continued down that way, we'd have ended up at the Yvonne Arnaud Theatre and the council offices. But we're heading now towards Tunsgate Square along Castle Street. Here we go. As I said, it's a really sweet part of Guildford just to meander around here. King's Head. Okay, what have we got price-wise? 2 for £15 on a Tuesday. Hand-stretched stone-baked pizza. So 2 for £15 for a hand-stretched stone-baked pizza, as long as you're here on a Tuesday. Right, we're going to enter the grounds of Guildford Castle. I was just about to say the cathedral. So the cathedral's in a completely other part of town. So we're not going to go there. more sort of towards the university end of town. So these are the gardens. They're pretty good actually. Lovely. Bit of work going on. I think floral areas sort of starting to get more attention now. Maybe having been a little bit deserted. So you can see you've got some ancient walls, castle walls over there. Lots of people come here for lunch and dog walks and things like that. So as I said, Guildford Castle, Norman Conquest, 1066, William the Conqueror, all that type of thing. And William Conqueror, unsurprisingly, made a point of building castles in all the important towns as a symbol that he was in charge. Here I am, here's my big castle. Don't rebel. I'm in charge of this place now. Let's just walk around here a bit, see if we can see it. Guildford was seen as a sort of obvious spot for a castle because of its strategic view across the lands. And the River Wey also had the Basingstoke Canal much later on in its history. And Guildford actually was the only town in Surrey at the time, apart from Southwark. You remember Southwark, also known as Southwark, if you say it that way. We've been there when we've been round Borough Market, the Golden Hind, places like that. So let's have a quick tootle around here. So you see it's been patched up over the years. Let's see what the view would have been if we were here in them there times. A good bit of cardio now. And there is Guildford Cathedral. And in that direction you can also see the university. So Guildford Cathedral, famous for the film The Omen. Scary cathedral-like shots for The Omen were indeed filmed there. So Guildford Cathedral itself was actually consecrated in 1961. It's a modern cathedral. Started building it in the 1930s. Along came Second World War, 1954. They said, right, let's get this done, and started the Buy a Brick programme, so local residents could actually invest in building Guildford Cathedral. As I said, finally consecrated in 1961 and made famous for The Omen. I'm sure it's got other perfectly famous things. You can see amazing views from up here. Really big views around the surrounding countryside. So you can't blame them for building a castle that says, I'm in charge up here. Right, let's head off, because this walk is nearly done. Looking carefully, is anybody coming up or down these steps? Oh, here we go. I have very unbendy knees. They don't like steps at all. Always have this thing when it's the graduation ceremony at university. All the lecturers have to pile up and down steps on and off the stage. I really do look like I can't walk. Not that old to have unbendy knees. So we've sort of got not that much long left of our walk through the old coaching stop between London and the south coast and the west of England. Let's head back to the High Street. pretty warm and muggy, I have to say. That's a cute little pub, the Keep. We're going to head through Tunsgate now, back to the High Street. Past yet more eateries. Loads of places to eat here. Loads of pubs, loads of restaurants, coffee shops. First came here to a pub in the 80s, I think. It's the first time I ever came to a pub in Guildford. Been a few times since. Here we are at Tunsgate. Lovely. Faux. I wonder what they've got for food at the moment. Noodle soup, crispy chicken wings, faux noodle soup. Vietnamese street food. Gorgeous. So that's Tunsgate Quarter. We won't go in. It's another little shopping area. You can see at the top of the screen we've got that bell tower that greeted us at 11 o'clock. I was hoping there might be a few more prices in the window, clothes and things, to give you some prices, but not that many. Now there's a bread stall coming. I could really do to buy some bread. Big fans of the channel might recall that in the Let's Walk London household we have to buy nice food, proper food, rye bread, that type of thing. Right, let's see what they've got. Right, they've got a wholemeal sourdough. Just looking for a rye. Hello, have you got a rye bread? Thank you very much. Right, so I've got my, it's going to rattle now on the camera. I've got my sourdough rye bread, which is fine. Right, let's head off. Successful shopping in Guildford. £3.50 for a sourdough dark sourdough? Can you remember, was it dark sourdough rye or something like that? Anyway, lots of rye bread. This was the home of the oldest synagogue, I think, in Western Europe. It's further on down in that direction, and it was a Dillon's bookshop was built, and apparently by accident, because nobody told anyone, they managed to seal the old synagogue under a concrete floor. Some debate about whether it's the oldest synagogue in Western Europe, but there it was, under a bookshop in Guildford. So I think Dillon's made a point of trying to sort of re-represent the old synagogue through the flooring design or something like that to make up for it. Lots of these tiny little streets in Guildford. This part of the town very sort of representative of how it would have been as it was. Abbots Hospital. A great name for a pub, the Three Pigeons. It's rather a suicidal pigeon fly straight into the car the other day. I'm driving up the A3 at the time. Really couldn't stop for it. We felt really bad, so we looked up statistics. Millions upon millions of birds end up on cars every year, but we were sad. Right, so we're coming to the end of the walk now. I do hope you enjoyed our little jaunt through lockdown Guildford. Coming out of lockdown, as we're permitted to do non-essential shopping again. Hope things are going well for everybody, and you will be hearing from me again soon. Hey there, well I do hope you enjoyed that walk through Guildford. I will see you next time. Bye bye.